Do you overplay your weaknesses and lose sight of the truth? Hey there, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how we can tend to focus on our shortcomings or perceived inadequacies, which can blind us from the truth of situations. I'm going to be sharing 3 tips that you can use the next time you're feeling out of your depth at work. Yes, it's a big topic, but a lesson I learned some time ago, and it's worth discussing here. But hey, if we've never met before, my name is Kate Kennedy and I'm a leadership, sales, and performance coach. I work with ambitious, adaptable leaders and innovative organisations to help them consciously engineer success and create massive impact. I had a really interesting meeting the other day when I received feedback from a person I respect about how I failed to see the truth of a situation because I was focused on my own perceived shortcomings. To give you some context, I was talking with a couple of associates about some relatively complex issues and I felt out of my depth. I knew I wasn't performing at my best and I was focusing on my feelings of inadequacy and weakness. Of course, where focus goes, energy flows. So by focusing on my inadequacies, I wasn't able to focus properly on the issues at hand and work on solving them. Of course, if I could have done that, my inadequacies would have disappeared. A couple of days later, the 3 people in that first meeting were chatting again, including me, and we decided to debrief how the original meeting went and how we could improve our effectiveness as a team going forward. We all chipped in with our thoughts, and I shared that I had felt inadequate and not up to standard. What was interesting was the feedback I received, which was that while I might have been having those feelings and they were valid, that wasn't the truth of the situation. Improvements could have been made by everyone involved in that meeting, and by me falling on my sword and effectively trying to take all the responsibility, this wasn't helping others be accountable for their part in the process. Essentially, my self diagnosed inadequacies were not actually the heart of the matter. Sure, they exist, but there's a whole bunch of other factors that need to be addressed so that the best outcomes can be achieved. So let's get to the juice of how to work on this kind of thing going forward. So, number 1, recognize that the feelings exist. Feelings themselves are okay, but they're not central to solving the problem. It also helps to focus on the other person. What do they need from you right now, rather than focusing on what you can't do? Number 2, be vulnerable. If I had shown up in that first meeting and said, this is new to me and I'm feeling out of my depth and inadequate, actually I think that everyone at that table would have said the same thing. And then we can operate from a place of real honesty and authenticity, which gets us further faster. Number 3, ask yourself, what do I need to do before the meeting? In this context, I'm more meaning from a mental perspective. The question I would ask myself is, how do I need to show up? What mindset am I taking into this meeting? I will often dovetail that with asking myself, what are the outcomes that I need to achieve? And that will actually show up the mindset needed. Now, of course, you'd be doing me a massive favour by sharing this clip with people that you think might benefit. I love talking about this stuff, and I'd be really grateful if you'd help me do this with more ambitious and talented people like you. And if you found this helpful yourself, next up I'm going to be talking about how you can apply critical thinking at the same time as giving your leadership skills a boost. Of course, you can head over to my website to find out more about me at mindcoachkate.com. It's been great spending time with you, and I'll see you next time.